Hello, Hall H. We wanted to start out today by telling you about John Bernecker. John was a stunt performer. You've probably seen his work before, you just didn't know it. He's been in everything from Looper, to This Is the End, to Hunger Games, to 22 Jump Street, to Get Out, to Logan. He's going to, he did some work on Black Panther, and he's going to be on our show. John passed away this week after he was injured doing something he loved, helping tell stories that excite, entertain, and give people escape. He helped make movies and shows for people like everybody in this room. John was someone beloved in the stunt community, someone who trained other people and helped them break into the business. He was living his dream, and he helped other people do the same thing. We didn't really know if we should do this panel today, but we wanted to be here for you. And we wanted to tell you about John, and we wanted to show you what we've all been working on. Here's the trailer to season 8 of The Walking Dead. Now, we apologize. There was a bit of an audio glitch at the beginning there. I don't know, Jeffrey, Seth, can you sort of show us how that was meant to be?
You got your shitting pants on? What? Your shitting pants.
I know it's really crowded.
I hope you got them on right now, because you are about to shit your pants.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Guys, we got the 8th season coming up, and I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but the first episode of season 8 is our 100th episode. We've been doing this a while, long enough that I think Judith is old enough for her first zombie kill. I think 3 is about appropriate in this universe.
Good luck.
And we got some really great stuff planned with the AMC. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff on social media, all over the internet, looking back on the 99 episodes that we've done. I can't believe it's been 99. That is a lot. That is a lot of episodes. But today, right now, we have a look back at those episodes. We got a little retrospective that we'd like to show you. So get ready. Between Chandler and Norman to grow hair.
And that is the thing, everyone looks exactly the same. So we are here for you guys today. That's why we came out to do the panel. So we're going to go right to questions from you.
Here we go, we got an area right over here. It's very well lit.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. My question is for Danai Gurira. My question is, how would you compare your training to express emotion on your role on this show to your roles in past dramas like The Visitor and Mother of George?
Hi. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I think the thing that I loved in watching this was so beautiful to see that 100 years, 100 episodes.
It feels like 100 years.
No, it doesn't. And that's what's beautiful is that I'm so grateful to be a part of this and of this family and seeing all the work that's been done. And really, I was thinking about stepping into this amazing piece of work in season 3. And it was really about learning from those who had created, who built it up. The astounding Mr. Andrew Lincoln down there, who has helmed this ship for 100 episodes. And then of course, Lennie James in that first episode as well, which totally I was gripped by how they created that very stunning dynamic of this world. And so really I followed the lead of watching 2 seasons worth of how these people had built this very powerful human story. And that's what guided me to tell the story that I was called to tell. Thanks for the question.
What's up, my family?
Hello.
What's up, fella? I gotta say, Mr. Andrew Lincoln, you're my hero. Every Sunday night, we're all watching you guys.
My question was originally for you, Mr. Lincoln, but I think it's better for the whole cast. Do you guys ever crave a comedic moment or a comedic scene, though there's so much drama in the show?
I do.
I've been pushing for a musical episode for years. I think that's what they do.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes we spoof. Sometimes we just get into spoof mood, and when the cameras aren't rolling, and we spoof some stuff. We spoof ourselves.
And that introduction of Jesus as a character was I think one of the one of the lighter moments in the show.
They gave me Jerry, so I get plenty of comedy. They gave me a tiger and they gave me a Jerry. I have all the fun. I have all the fun.
He takes the tiger home.
Go ahead, Michelle.
Hello. Hello, panel. Actually, I do have a question for Jeffrey, but I am curious, will there ever be like an episode where there's just like, I don't know, karaoke night or something, and they're just chilling in Alexandria? But also for Jeffrey, where do you think, if Sasha had lived, where do you think she would have ended up in Negan's organization?
First of all, every night is karaoke night for Negan. He's having fun. That would have been an interesting storyline moving forward. I think Negan saw something in Sasha, but I think he sees something in every one of these characters that is rare in this world. They're all very strong and as a team and individually, and I think he respects everyone he's come up against, and Sasha was no different. And he liked her. She knew that she had a good head on her shoulders, and she would have been a great ally. So I think he was as sad as everyone else to see her go.
Next up.
Hi, Norman.
Hi.
My question is, what more is there to expect for The Walking Dead?
Wow. Oh, wow. Hi. Geez, I mean, I get surprised on this show all the time being in it. So, I mean, this could go on forever. This is more of a Kirkman type of jam, to be honest. But
Thanks for passing the buck.
There's a magic telephone I heard?
No, we're not talking about that. The holdover from the last panel. Yeah, I mean, we got all kinds of great stuff planned. I think you guys can see that our next season is going to be. I think it's easy to see and safe to report that it will be very action-packed, very fast-paced. I think I counted 6 explosions in the trailer alone.
It's sort of like Remains of the Day.
I'll leave it at that. We got a Black Widow with a question.
Hi, big fan. I was just wondering how you guys think that Negan will influence the development of Carl's character and if it will affect his relationship with Rick.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, ever since the comics of the whole Carl and Negan storyline came out, I've been so excited for the whole arc between the two. So yeah, I mean, I can't wait to do some of that.
I can't either.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I have one quick question for the people who were there. What was the first scene shot on the show?
The first scene shot on the show?
The first scene shot on the show.
I know.
It was the car flip, right?
It was the car. No, it wasn't the car. It was throwing down there's me and John Bernthal on that road doing the car block, and John had his knee was busted, so I had to drive him around Atlanta on the way to work, and I kept driving on the left-hand side of the road. And then I had to get in a car with him, and we had to drive at about 80 miles an hour and then stop abruptly. And John has never sweated more in his life, and he just said, "This is a terrible idea," you know. And then we shot that whole day, and I think that the rushes went back to New York, and we just looked like we were in a monsoon because it was Atlanta in the midsummer, and we were dressed as, you know, cops. And they came on set and they said, "Is there no makeup on this show?" And then they came in suits in midsummer, and they went, "Forget the makeup on this show," you know. But it was John Bernthal and me, terrified, trying to sort of make sense of where we were, and it was thrilling, and it's very moving to sort of hear just 100 episodes. This has been the most incredible thing in my life. It's been the most incredible experience.
Go ahead.
Alright, so hi to everyone, especially to Rick from my mom, Lisa. She's over there.
Oh, she's over there? Hi, Lisa.
So my question is for Lauren as Maggie. What do you think Glenn would want the baby to know most, or would have wanted the baby to know most importantly growing up in this apocalyptic world?
You're gonna make everybody cry. How great was that, just watching the trailer, but really amazing, but watching those 100, this recap just now, I feel like, I don't know how jubilant and heroic Glenn and Stephen is in all this, and I think that what he would have wanted to teach the baby or expose the baby to is just that bravery and comedy and just impulsive energy that he had. I think it's probably hard to say, but I hope that everybody of the family that is alive is going to pass those things on and tell those stories to this new little girl guy, as well as who Herschel was and who Beth was and who Michael, who played Abraham, was. Yeah, that's a great, peppy answer.
Hi.
Button lady.
Hi there.
Hello.
First, Khary. I hope I'm saying your name right. Khary, on your first episode of Talking Dead, you used my favorite word in the English language, avuncular. I love you. My question is, do any of you have a memorable experience watching a George Romero film, since we just lost him last week too? Anybody have a favorite movie of his or a favorite experience from it?
I mean, they all obviously mean a lot to me. I know that my first experience watching Night of the Living Dead, I saw it on network television, the Fox affiliate in Kentucky. When that network first appeared in the 90s, they didn't have a lot of programming, and so they just ran Night of the Living Dead at night because that movie's technically in the public domain, so I think they would just slot it in. And they just ran it unedited. I was going through the channels at like 11 o'clock, like trying to make sure my parents didn't know I was awake. And I was like, what's this black and white thing? Because you don't often run through something that's black and white. And just to go on that ride for the first time, to see what it is a zombie story can be, the fact that it just kind of starts as this like little story about a brother and sister going to the graveyard, and there's things coming after them, and there's monsters leading all the way to the insanely poignant ending that is just so moving. I was instantly in love with the genre and instantly in love with the man as a filmmaker, and so yeah, I mean, watching those movies takes me back to that time every time immediately, and so I couldn't be more upset about that loss.
It's pretty amazing the people that he's inspired. After we shot Land of the Dead, we had a premiere in Pittsburgh, And I took Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez and Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright all to the premiere. And we were so excited about, I was excited to take them there, they were excited to be there for George. So before the screening, I took them to Evans City Cemetery where they shot, I was 6, Night of the Living Dead, and then Dawn of the Dead to the Monroeville Mall. So I have photos of Quentin and Robert and I doing zombie walks in the Monroeville Mall where they shot Dawn of the Dead. So we go to the screening and we're talking to George and Robert Rodriguez says, oh my God, we just went to the Monroeville Mall, we saw where you shot Dawn of the Dead. And he's like, grow up, what's the matter with you guys? Seriously, grow up, come on. And we were all like, no, you don't understand. We have to go to these places to experience the movies that meant so much to us. So I mentioned it earlier, but it's a sad time for all of us, but he's given us so much, and that's the legacy that he leaves. So thank you for that question.
Next up.
Welcome, travelers, to the kingdom of Hall H. All rise for the king, except you, Mr. Payton. So my question is, you've been infected, and you know you're gonna turn. How do you go? And does anybody help you?
I have to say that one of the best exits was Soneqa's. The way that she went out. I think if you're gonna go out like that. That would be my choice. Go out big, go out loud, go out loud, go out trying to take someone with
The
you.
question is, Jeffrey.
Yeah, buddy.
What do you like most about the character?
Did I
like least about the character?
What do I like most about Negan? I find him very amusing. I think he's got a great sense of humor. And in these dark days, a sense of humor will help you get through. What do I like least about him? That he wears a leather jacket on 120 degrees days.
We were going to go t-shirt, but we thought the leather jacket looked cooler. I'm really sorry.
It is cooler.
So, Alanna Masterson? Yes, you.
Yeah.
What has been your favorite season to shoot?
I think my favorite season would be season 4. When I first read the script, I was coming in with the governor, and I was like, ooh, no one's gonna like me. And then I got to meet Steven, who just is kind of the best character to come in with, because he bridged the gap for the originals and for the people that were new. And we had the most fun that season. We all hung out and played pranks on each other and just did really stupid stuff. We did karaoke. That would be my favorite season. Working with Steven was, the best. He's the best, so, yeah.
I was thinking about that actually, like concerning this family, like the friendships that have come to pass from his time on this show. Like, I mean, I was wondering actually how many of us knew each other before we started shooting. I don't think many did. Maybe Lennie?
Myself and Andy, we kind of knew each other. We had friends in common, but we'd never worked with each other. In fact, there's one of you just reminded me of when we first shot the pilot. And there was a moment where both of us went in the corner, these two Englishmen playing these Americans, and went, can you believe this is happening?
It was the only time
the answer is
I've
no.
broken my accent in 8 years when I went, yeah, we were like, this is unbelievable. I've always wanted to work with you.
Well, Melissa and I worked together on The Mist. That's where I met her originally, and Frank loved her character and her performance so much that the button at the end of The Mist was due a lot to how Melissa portrayed her character when the shit hit the fan, so to speak. And Norman and I worked together on John Carpenter Masters of Horror called Cigarette Burns. So we had worked together just right before the show.
And Chandler and I worked together on a Lifetime TV movie called The Wrong Man, and he played Julia Ormond's son.
I need a copy. I need a copy of this movie.
Oh, I guess I worked with Chad actually. Me and Chad, well, I played his estranged wife on Broadway. I forgot that. Yeah, I knew Chad.
And Seth, you worked with Chad and Mr. Gillard.
Yes, we worked together on The Wire down in Baltimore.
Not a Wire connection.
And we're Batman's parents.
Don't tell Batman we're on another show. It's just so amazing the friendships that have come out of this cast and this crew, this family. It's kind of astounding to me.